Basically, what you have in a reference monitor, you got the tweeter, and you got the woofer, the subwoofer, or whatever you call it. This is gonna make me sound like a total noob, but anyway, another thing about reference monitors. Let me go ahead and take you to, just kind of give you a little tour about this. Tour on the whole thing, the whole product. In the back here, you're gonna hear like this hole here. What that is, what that's for is kind of you'll be able to feel some vibration is back there as well. This here's the volume for the actual monitor, and the TRS cable, which connects to your interface or your computer. Well, actually, it goes to your interface. And then you got the power cable, hooks up to my power station. Same thing with the back in this thing. Okay, so I kind of sounded a bit like a noob. I don't know all the technical words and everything, but I know how they work. Okay, so that's essentially that's more important than me knowing the actual terms. So forgive me, okay? But I've done a lot of research on this, and this works for me really well. I had another thought about these things. You can get another thing added to this, and I think I made a mistake. There's something called a subwoofer, and that you would place like on the ground or high up or whatever, and that gives you like the true accurate reading of the bass, like the pure, you know, vibration on how it would sound in the car. It's pretty cool, but not necessary for mixing, at least not for me. And the other thing I was going to talk to you about was when you buy monitors, you have to be very careful on the placement of your monitors. Notice, take a look at my monitors. See that they're not facing straight, they're actually at an angle coming this way. See, this one's also at an angle coming this way. If I were to diagram it where I'm seated right now, it's actually in a triangular axis, I guess you could say, because they're coming at a diagonal towards me. And also, these are supposed to be lined up with your ears. Okay, so they're facing me. The tweeters are pointing towards my ears, and that's the best way to get the pure sound and to get an accurate reading. Also, be careful when you're recording songs, when you're recording tracks. Do 1 song or 2 songs a day if you're gonna mix. Excuse me, and then just take a break, go and rest for the day, because there's such thing as ear exhaustion. At some point, if you're spending hours and hours working on music, your ears are going to get exhausted, and they're not going to be able to determine how accurate your mixing is. It'll affect your work, seriously will. Alright, so let me give you a demonstration on the how important the monitors are. I recently released a mixtape. Let me pull it up real quick. I released a mixtape with a friend of mine called the Testimony Mixtape. You can find a link on the bottom there. And here is how it sounds through my iMac. I have an iMac here. The speakers are right underneath. And so here is how it sounds through the iMac speakers. Okay, so that was a brief example. That's through the speakers of the computer. I could show you some older songs here that I didn't have a monitor to reference from, and the difference is dynamic. But let me just show you through GarageBand, which is what I recorded originally on. It's going to play that same recording through the monitors. So just make sure I got the right position here. I think that's it. Okay, so hopefully this is it. Here we go. And hopefully the speaker on my iPhone here can pick it up accurately. So here we go. Who makes this? I can tell the difference right here. I don't know if you can or not. Check it out. Just listen. Maybe this is better. Can you hear that? Yeah, okay, so there you go. Yeah, I was promoting my music, but I just wanted to show you how drastically different it is between a computer speaker versus monitors that you use to reference from. It makes a big world of difference. Let me show you one of my older tracks, and I'm telling you, for the longest time I thought I was a really bad rapper, but the truth is that it's a mind game. I mean, everything affects you. If you don't have the right equipment, then you're not going to come out as good as you could if you did have it. With all the right equipment, I was able to get on my grind and be so much better than I was ever before. Alright, let's see. Here's one from an old CD that I did called Legend. I'm just going to play it through the computer speakers. You'll probably be able to tell a difference. My older recordings sound more muffled. Through the computer speakers before, it sounded more crisp, more clean, more sharp, but still with some bass to it. Versus this, which seems to be more of just bass and that's it. It sounds like, there's something in front of me. So, check it out. Already I can tell a difference. This is the epidemic. It's like there's something in front of me. It's the speed of life, man. That's what I'm talking about. Come on. Show like a kid. Just like this name, wants a person to save. It doesn't hang out in church, messages to be made. He goes into the streets, reaching out to the masses. Doesn't give a flip about the trial series of past. He's a soldier of one. Alright, that's it. But could you not tell that difference right there? And that was back in 2007, before I had monitors, before I had my own home studio. I always had a home studio, but when I say home studio, all it was just a mic and an interface and my MacBook. But I didn't have all the other stuff that I have. I didn't even have a condenser mic. That was on a dynamic mic. So everything in general, I mean, it affects you. But reference monitors got me to really tell the difference and got me to really mix so much better than I ever had before. So it's very necessary. I recommend what I got. They're very cheap. They come two to a pack. There's some there's others that do come two to a pack, but I've seen a lot that were just you buy them per monitor, and who needs one monitor? You need them both. So I got these. They were great and very well priced. Didn't break the bank out of them, and they work really well. I may eventually get a subwoofer, but it's not essential. Alright, so this is pretty long, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of information that I gave you. I'll even come back and talk to you more about, the difference between East Coast, West Coast and all that, play you some samples, and then just get you a real idea on why it's so necessary to know who you are in your music career, to get the right equipment. You can make really good music right here from home. This is the age to do that, and for a very modest budget. So there you go. Check out the blog. There's a link below, and it's got more details. So check out the blog. Click on the link below, and I'll see you next time. God bless. Peace.